Hi, everybody. I'm Hazel, and this is my channel, The Israelite Woman Homestead. Welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, this channel is about lifestyle, my lifestyle. I live in a old farmhouse. It's 130 years old, and I run a business called Rustic and Classic, and I homeschool, and this is basically what I talk about on my channel. But today's video, I am talking about flyers. I've been making these videos about business for you guys because you guys have asked me so many questions, and I'm just making videos explaining all the questions that you guys and queries that you asked me. So today's video, as I promised from the previous video, was my flyer. So how to print and make your flyers, like flyers that really draws attention, because the point of making flyers is to advertise your business and get your business out there. So here is my flyer. This is what it looks like. And I'm not going to go into detail on how it is made because I personally did not make the flyer. My daughter made the flyer, but we decided on what photographs we're going to put on the flyer and on the wording. So I cannot give you a tutorial on the flyer. So I can't tell you like the software and everything that she used, but I can tell you how we sat down together and what we decided on putting on the flyer. So yeah, so this is what we're gonna talk about today because she have all kind of different software, and she makes lots of things for me, and we talk about it first, and this is what we decide to do. But if you cannot, like if you don't have somebody to make it for you, you can make flyers on Canva, because I made flyers before for myself for different things, various things that I was doing, and I did make flyers using Canva. So you can actually go to Canva and find the app there and choose like a ready-made template and make a flyer for what you basically want it for. But today we're talking about my flyer. So as I said, I already explained to you how it is. I want to say to everybody who have a business or who wants to start a business, you need to utilize every outlet when it comes to advertising and putting your business out there. Every single thing. Okay? Whether it be business card, whether it be seminars, whether it be Instagram, whether it be word of mouth, any source of putting yourself out there, just do it, because that's the only way your business is gonna come off the ground and get going. If you just want to go with some mainstream things, one or two things, your business is gonna rise eventually. It's gonna grow, but it's gonna take it's gonna be slower. It's gonna be like a slow process. But if you want your things to get moving and just go, you need to like put the effort and the time in to go through all these medias and mediums to push your business to the next level where you want. So let's get into the real meat about your flyers. So as you can see, my flyer right here, my flyer is very clear. You can see the pictures, you can see my information, and it's attractive. So when you're making your flyer, first, you want your flyer to be attractive. That's the first thing. So somebody pick it up, they're like, wow, it's looking good. And they become very curious. Oh, what is this person selling? So that's the first thing that you want to make sure that your flyer, what are the characteristics of the flyer? That it draws attention to the person who's going to watch the flyer. You know what I mean? So that's the first thing. Point number 2 is do not make black and white flyers if you're advertising products, because black and white flyers does not really pop your product. It doesn't how do you say the word? Like, it doesn't do justice to your product. So don't do black and white flyers. To me, it's just a waste of time. So that's what, because actually it doesn't really show up the product enough. So don't do black and white. Point number 3 is colored flyers are very expensive, right? So when you're doing flyers, make sure it's in color, but make sure that it's not a large flyer. Like, don't be giving somebody like a 11 by 8 flyer, you know, like the whole sheet of paper, like a big thing with, like, don't do that. There's like a slim chance that people are going to watch that. First of all, it's a big piece of paper. It's taking up space. You have to fold it and whatever, whatever. People have no time for that. Give them something that's, you know, attractive, like maybe 5 by 7 or 5 by 9, you know, like even maybe it could be even smaller if you can get it to look really nice. You know what I mean? I think mine is 5 by 7 or 5 by 8. I don't remember the exact measurement right now. But and then I do it back and forth, like two-sided, you know? So, and make sure that it's something that somebody can just fold in half and put in their bag, or they can put in their purse, just put it in their car, and, you know, in their cubby, or in the glove compartment there. You know, make sure it's something that somebody can actually take with them or put somewhere. Okay. Like this sheet of paper. So this is like a good sheet of paper to make a flyer with. I think it's 5, yeah, it's 5 by 7. Okay, like don't make a flyer bigger than this. My flyer is this size, and back and forth is printed colored. Okay, this is another, like, so when I use like a whole sheet to make my flyer, and it holds like four sheet, right? Well, this is one of my cards that I make so I can write notes to people, but I cut it in 4 pieces. So this is 2 pieces and then 2 pieces in the bottom, you know? So I use one big sheet of paper and I'm able to get 4 flyers with that one sheet, okay? So I'm just giving you guys pointers what you can do. Don't be taking this whole piece of paper and making like a flyer. Like, that's ridiculous, okay? Nobody's gonna want to watch this flyer or give it the time of day, you know? So I'm just using this as an example, one of my printing papers. So you see it's this wide, you know, so you can get 4 pieces of flyer from that, okay? So I just want to tell you guys that. So when you're making flyers, make sure that the size is very, very important. All right, very, very, very important. And on the flyer, which is point number 4, you want to make sure you put an explanation of your business there. So don't just put a whole load of pictures on your flyer without no explanation of what is happening. What are you? You know, people see a lot of pictures, but what? You know, make sure you put some wording on it. Like, we're all natural. We're farm. I don't know. You selling milk? Okay, guys. So put some information on your flyer. Okay, we're all natural, non-toxic, vegan. Put some information that really describe your product. We're environmentally friendly, biodegradable. You know, put these things on your flyer so people know what you are and what you are about. Make sure these things can fit on your flyer. Point number 5, put the exact service that you provide for your customer. So on your flyer, there should be like local pickup. There should be your website there, your Instagram, you know, your email address, whatever service you provide. We do consultation, whatever the thing is, it should be on the flyer. So when somebody read that flyer, everything is there. All right, so they know exactly what this company is about. Don't be putting out kind of pretty, I don't know, I see some people flyers, I'm like, it's just like a pretty picture of something and there's not a lot of anything except the phone number and this pretty picture on the Instagram and the Facebook. That's about it. For people who like to read and like gather information before they buy stuff, that's a customer you're going to lose. Your flyer should kind of cater to everybody. The person who like the fancy picture, wow, that's pretty, they're gonna watch it, whatever. The person who like to read, they're gonna read your stuff. Okay? The person who likes to go on, like to go on the internet and type up stuff, they're gonna do it. Right? So you need to make your flyer in a way that is gonna attract all kind of people, because at the end of the day, you want them to go to your website and you want them to buy. So when you're making your flyer, make sure the flyer is attractive to different kinds of people. All right. Point number 5. We already talked about colors and what not use black and white and only use color. But guys, when you making your flyer, please stay away from neon colors. They're not very attractive. I mean, I see some flyers from people and I'm like, oh, the color is hurting my eyes. Okay? Like, there's so much professional website, there's so many professional how you call that, forums, all kind of things that you can go on to look at flyers. There is what's that, this one, you can go on, you could just type in on Google flyers or whatever, and something will come up and you would see. You can go on Pinterest, you can get examples. Take like suggestions and examples of what people do before you make a flyer, right? Don't just go out there and make any flyer, because I'm telling you, it just does not look nice. So point number 6 is when you're printing flyers, when you're just starting your business, if you don't have a lot of money, start small. So I know the color ink is very expensive. So if you print a lot of flyers, your ink is going to be finishing very quickly. So that's going to be a cost. But that is something you should kind of anticipate when you're doing a business, because a printer takes ink and you're going to have some extra money for that. But if you're starting small and you really want to do flyer as a way of advertising and getting yourself out there, you can do it. All you have to do is just target a certain location or a certain niche of people where you live or out of the town where you live. So for me, I would print like between 20 or 30 flyers each week, and I'll just choose like a town where I want to drive in and just put my flyers there, like deliver or distribute my flyer. So say I would go to a town 20 minutes from my house or a town 10 minutes from my house, and I'll just go put flyers in people's mailbox, right? 30 flyers. When I'm 30 flyer, I go to 30 homes. That's it for me. This is 30 potential client. Maybe you wouldn't get all 30, or you might get 1 or 2. Okay, but you have to do that because every person matters. And when you get that one client and they love you, they're going to tell their friend, they're going to tell their family, they're going to tell their coworker, and this is going to make your business grow. So this is what you want to think about. Yeah, the ink is expensive, but just putting out 30 or 20 flyers or even 10 flyers that you're just going to put in 10 mailboxes, it's very, very important. Because 10 persons is going to see you, 5 persons is going to see you, you put 20 persons is going to see you, put 30 persons is going to see you. Maybe they may not buy now, but they're going to buy again. And when you go to that specific place and you put the flyer this week, then choose another location to go the other week, and then give it about a month, and then come back to that same location and put your flyer there again, because it takes a while for people to see something. Sometimes the first time they see your flyer, they may just, say, oh, that's a nice business. So they will just throw it in the garbage. But when they see it the second and the third time, they may, be more interested and buy it or stick it on their fridge. Or they might say, oh, somebody told me about all natural products, so it's good for my skin. And they said, oh, I got a flyer again. And they may look at it, and that's going to be a potential customer or a real customer in the future. So these are things that you want to think about when you are doing your flyer. And like I said, flyers doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be very sophisticated, but it has to draw people's attention, and it has to do what you make it to do. You don't want to have a flyer that people just gonna throw it in the garbage because the color is just off. And when you're making a flyer, try to make the flyer as professional as possible. It doesn't matter what you are selling. Like, I see some flyers for hair like wigs and lipstick and all this kind of stuff. Like honestly, like the advertisement is like a girl like with her lips in a like in a very sexy way. It's like not everybody wants a flyer with a girl looking kind of sexy or you know like a tank top or with leggings and standing up like pose in a certain way. Now listen, I'm not saying telling you what to do, but I'm saying if you want to reach a certain niche of people or you want to sell your product to like a high-end market or whatever, you got to make your flyers a little bit more professional. Now, if you're selling something like lipstick, like those flyers that I saw, and you may be trying to reach a younger, like teenage niche or something like that, maybe that picture with the girl in her tights with a tank top on and her lips like kissing in a kissing motion or whatever, or with her tongue like sticking out with the color on, with a lot of whoosh and stuff. That's gonna attract like a teenager or something, and that's the market, that's the niche you're trying to attract. So obviously those teenagers are gonna buy your stuff because teenagers, they like certain fashion, they like certain things. So okay, but if you're gonna take that same flyer and you're gonna distribute it to older people who have a different value, you may not get a sale. People who are, maybe more, how I say, more godly, who are, I mean, people do use stuff, but they want it to be presented to them in a certain manner. So that's all I'm saying. Present your thing in a neutral manner that's gonna raise attention of all those. Make sure that you position your flyer in a way that would attract all kinds of people. And that's what you really want to do when you making a flyer and you're putting it out to the public. Make sure that every eyebrow, every eye that come in contact with your flyer is like draw some kind of curiosity, makes them want to turn the foot, turn back the other side and flip it and say, oh wow, interesting, blah blah. Make sure they don't take this flyer and bring it home to their wife or to their girlfriend, to their husband, to their mom or whatever, so they can see that flyer. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what you want with the flyer. So this is how we make our flyer. And a couple of other points that I want to make concerning our flyer is when you're making a flyer, try to get some advice from somebody else when you make the flyer. Don't just make a flyer by yourself. Try to get like a second opinion, how it looks and things like that. Ask your friend, ask your mom, ask your dad. Ask somebody to give you a second opinion before you print the flyer, because it may be you may be missing some things, or you could add something onto it. Also, when making a flyer, make sure that there's no errors. Maybe make sure you double check the flyer first before you like send it out there. So yeah, so all that stuff. But yeah, this is how we make our flyer, and that's what it is. And it's nothing really fancy or anything like that. And the paper that I use to make the flyer is a cardstock paper. I just wanted it to be hard, not like the flimsy regular printer paper, so it can stand up to a little bit more rigid. That's what we use. So we didn't use the regular paper. So that's basically it. And I bought that paper at Walmart. I think it's like $300 or $400 in the pack for about $10 or $12. So it's a lot. It's a lot. So anyway, so that's the material, because somebody may ask what's the material we use or paper we use to print it, and that's basically it. And the printer that I use is just my regular ink printer. I didn't use a laser printer or anything like that. Eventually, I will get a laser printer, and I will be printing like over 500 flyers, and so I will take it to a Staples to be printed. But for right now, what I'm doing, like, I think it's fine and it's working. So you can do that if you want to, if you're just starting up. And the more your business grow and the more money that you make, then you can invest in more sophisticated things, and you can advertise and make more higher quality flyers and stuff like that. So yes guys, so this is the video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video about my flyer. And if you want any more in-depth information about the flyer, maybe I'll ask my daughter to do a tutorial with me on how she did the flyer, but I don't know if she's gonna have
Sometime
time
later.
on down the line. If that's something that she can do, maybe we'll do that. Cause I love to answer you guys' questions and you know make videos on things that you guys enjoy and want to watch. So thanks for watching, and I hope you make some flyers and advertise your business and get your feet in the door, get your feet wet, get your business out there. Thanks for watching. Ciao.